And here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. Let me turn the reverb off. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, Tracy. I said hello to you already.
No.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Everyone's here.
They are here.
I was looking at the list of who's here, and everybody's here already. California,
It's all working
and
out.
Worcester, and San Francisco, and North Beach. Where's North Beach?
Maryland?
In Maryland?
I think so.
That's Patrick. Patrick Payton is here from North Beach.
All right. That is working on Facebook.
And Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's in the house.
Are you putting those names on the screen?
What?
Somehow there's names on the screen.
Oh, look at that. Here.
What's going on?
There.
It's like we've never done this before. Now somebody else's name is on the screen. East Hampton.
What?
What did you do over there?
All you do is you click on the comment. Look, England. Well, hello.
Hi, Bob Cole. We saw you pass by there. Liz, of course. Dennis. Damn, it's a roundup today. Everybody wants to hear the songs about dead and dying.
Eastern Washington. Yay. 2 people from across the pond.
I know. So you just have to look at me right now. Tracy's all bent over there.
I know. Look at me.
I know.
Okay.
Maybe we should put your computer in a better spot.
Well, I did have... Oh, there it is. It's over there. Whatever. It's fine. We didn't come here to scroll.
Oklahoma's in the house, too.
Oklahoma? Who's from Oklahoma?
Oklahoma Richard.
Oh, Richard Perkins. Yes.
Bonnie, Aunt Bonnie. Dan from Tiger. Oh, my God.
What the heck?
This program is worldwide.
Look at us go. Oh, my goodness.
So proud of ourselves.
Yes, well, we worked so hard.
We do work
Getting
hard.
the word out. Well, how's everybody doing? We hope you are well. Dry, if you want to be dry.
I'm drinking ice water today.
I haven't seen anyone from Florida check in.
Well, they're busy down there.
They're busy.
They got a lot of stuff going on down there in Florida. Weather-wise and political-wise, all kinds of stuff.
That's right. So our show today is on death and dying.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Death and dying.
Death and dying because people are dying.
All the time.
And we have to deal with it.
And we're both tracing our authorities in our own way.
That's right. And I actually, some of you get my newsletter, so you already know this story, and some of you are on my Facebook, and so you have read a little bit about it, but I did lose a friend, a longtime friend, musician friend, that I actually played music with before. I played music with Dave Carter, so this was like in the early days. And I had the opportunity to go to Oregon earlier this month and sit bedside with him in his last week of life. And it was humbling. It was such a privilege. It was just, and just watching hospice care for him was like such a magical experience. I don't know if you've seen them in action, but hospice workers are just magicians. They're angels. They really are.
Angels on earth.
They really are. The chaplain and the nurse, they were so good with him. And so I thought, well, so I'm in a kind of a period where I'm grieving a bit, and then also, I'm in charge of writing the obituary, and so I'm talking to the family, talking to his friends, and finding out all these new things that I didn't know. So I'm also in a strange period that you might be able to relate to, a period of discovery. How can you know more about someone after they go? And yet you can, it's really interesting. This is how even as we know we need to let go, just for a little while, we kind of keep them. You know, we sort of stack up everything we know. And I remember doing this with Dave as well and other people that I've lost. Just like, what else can we know? What did we miss? What didn't we see? You put them together, you get this fuller picture, and it's just this, I don't know, it's a really interesting part of the process. Do you recall doing that ever? Anything like that?
No, not like that. I mean, the people I've lost were mainly people in my family. I feel like I knew a lot of, and I knew them pretty well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you were talking about hospice, and that made me think of, I just read this whole article about Jimmy Carter, who's in hospice, and he's been in hospice for 6 months. And how, you know, basically the article was about how he, you know, he's sort of, by announcing that he's in hospice and being very open about it, he's making it more familiar, more, you know, more easier to talk about, essentially, which was sort of the hallmark of what he did his whole life.
Right.
But anyway, getting off the subject a little bit.
No, not at all.
Why don't we play some songs that involve death and dying? Instead of talking about it, let's play some music.
I know. So it turns out if you're into folk music, we started combing through the catalog and we're like, well, this one has dead people in it. Well, somebody dies in this one. Well, this is a story about dying. And it was like, wow, our whole genre is basically built on coming and going.
Big body count.
Yeah, there's a big body count. So, so I thought of this song. So this would be, this is a song that was written by my friend Kate Power, who lives in Portland, Oregon, and she was doing it to honor a soldier by the name of Travis John Braddock Nall. And you may remember years ago, or right around 2006, 2007, I was playing this song quite a bit and trying to get his story out. Just a young man who went off to the service and died, I think, trying to clear landmines. I think that's what he was doing. And she just wrote this beautiful song in his voice, you know, trying to tell his story. So that's one way to do it. And it's just called Travis John. Under a foreign sky, my fate awaits me. There, but for God, go Travis John there by Kate Power. Beautiful.
Classic.
Beautiful tribute. Yeah. Yeah. Love that one. All right, Jimmy, what do you got for us?
I don't know. I have to turn around first and get my guitar and see what's speaking to me.
What's speaking to you? Yeah, we didn't put our songs in order today. We just have a list on the floor here. Trying to think.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of things are different today. What people can't see is that the Ruby, I shouldn't say the basement, the Ruby Tone television studio is in shambles because we're changing heating systems. We're going from oil burner furnace to heat pump system. And the guys came yesterday and
fancy
ripped out the oil tank and brought in the new equipment and drilled holes in the foundation and stuff. So this place is a mess.
Chaos. It's chaos down here.
Let's do classic St. James Infirmary. Let's do that one.
All right.
This is one we recorded a while ago. And though it sounds like it's from New Orleans, this song originally comes from Ireland, actually. As they all do. They all come from Ireland, I'm pretty sure. Breaking out the violin early today.
Indeed.
The St. James Infirmary. This is why this has to be closer to me. I went down to the St. James Infirmary and I saw my baby there, stretched out on a long white table, so sweet, so cold, so fair. Let her go, may God bless her. For wherever she may be, she could ramble the wide world over and never find another man like me. Now when I die, I want you to bury me in a box-back coat and Stetson hat. Hang a $20 gold piece from my watch chain so the boys know I died standing pat. Yeah, let her go, may God bless her. For wherever she may be, she could ramble the wide world over and never find another man like me. 7 chorus girls went to the graveyard in an old rubber-tired hack. And 7 chorus girls went to the graveyard. Only 6 chorus girls came on back. Yeah, let it go, may God bless her. Wherever she may be, she could ramble the wide world over and never find another man like me. Yeah, let it go, may God bless her. Wherever she may be, she could ramble the wide world over and never find another man like me. Spooky. Made you take a double solo there.
Yeah, you
I know
did.
your favorite, I know.
Yeah, you did. No, it was fun.
Yeah, that's a great song, turns out. It's a great song. And yeah.
Classic.
It's a classic. When you boil it right down to its roots, as I said, it's from Ireland, and it's really about it's about a soldier who contracts syphilis and dies, I think, in the very most original form of that song.
Well,
What do you got for us?
I don't know. I can't decide between Gypsy Rose or Candle. What do you think?
Well, I got Candle right on top.
All right, let's do it. Where did I do it? I did it on 5.
I was playing mandolin on this,
Okay.
I think.
The well-rehearsed duo. Let's put a banner up, shall we?
Yeah.
Here's our tip jar information, everybody. We thank you for tipping, if you're so moved. Helps us keep this live stream going.
Keeps us from dying.
Keeps us from dying. Wah, wah, wah. So this song here is one that probably everyone will know. Of course, we are tracifying this song, so we're going to slowly finger pick it and make it a little bit twangy. But I think it's one of the first songs that each of us thought of. Isn't that right? You thought of it too.
Yeah, I did. Well, whenever we come up with a theme, the first thing to do is type that theme into Google and see what comes up.
Yeah. This was on every list.
And this was on every list, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Goodbye, Norma Jean. Though I never knew you at all, you had the grace to hold yourself while those around you crawled. They crawled out of the woodwork and they whispered into your brain. They set you on the treadmill and they made you change your name. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would have liked to have known you, but I was just a kid. The candle burned out long before your legend ever did. legend ever did. So goodbye, Norma Jean. Though I never knew you at all, you had the grace to hold yourself while those around you crawled. And goodbye, Norma Jean, from the young one in the 22nd row who sees you as something more than sexual, more than just our Marilyn Monroe. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would have liked to have known you, but I was just a kid. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did. And there you go.
Ah, yes.
Candle in the Wind,
1974.
1974.
Jesus. What were you, 5 years old when that came out?
I was 6 years old.
6 years old.
Just a wee one. But you know, those songs, they've become part of your DNA, you know, your musical foundations, and that one is definitely deep in there.
Yeah.
Just the things that piqued in my imagination at the time, you know. But yeah. So what do you got for us, Jim Henry?
Let's do.
Now where are we going?
A lot of these songs, most of these songs for me are ones that I took. I think I mentioned this before on one of these live streams. I took a class at the community college in Greenfield.
Greenfield Community College.
That one called it was the psychology of death and dying. So I spent most of the winter and spring reading very depressing things and watching depressing movies.
Was it depressing?
Well,
really? Come on.
Some of it was. Some of it was very uplifting, but some of it was. I mean, it's pretty heavy stuff. We and you know we did a lot of cross cultural stuff, and which was fascinating to see how other cultures deal with dying. But we visited a funeral parlor, which was really cool. We didn't get to see any of the bodies, but we got to talk to the funeral guy, and he was a cool guy actually. And one of the questions that got asked of him was one of the students asked, "Do you believe in ghosts?" And he did, and he told a couple stories about living in this because it's pretty traditional for the funeral director to live in the house, and the funeral parlor's downstairs, and they live upstairs. So anyway, so this is one of the songs that. So for my final project in the class, I recorded 4 songs that involved death and dying, and this was one of the songs. And this is a song by Jason Isbell, and somebody actually requested this one.
Bonnie. Aunt Bonnie loves
Was it
this
Aunt
song.
Bonnie?
Yeah.
Okay, well, perfect then. This one goes out to Aunt Bonnie.
Mama's in the house.
All right.
Hey, Mama. Although I have to say, I just glanced at your comment, and I thought it said, between Tracy and her bra, I'm really one lucky mama. And I'm like, bra? What are you talking about? I thought maybe I should look down and check myself. But no, she said bro. My bro.
There's a Terry Grammer in the house.
There is. Another TG.
Who the hell is Terry Grammer? What's she stealing your initials for?
You don't know if it's a she.
That's true. I don't.
You don't. Yeah.
Well, anyway, all right. Bonnie's hoping for this, so we'll get right down to it. This one's called "If We Were Vampires." It's not the long flow. Man, we gotta have reverb for this. It's not the long flowing dress that you're in, or the light coming off of your skin, the fragile heart you protected for so long, or the mercy in your sense of right and wrong. It's not your hands searching slow in the dark, or your nails leaving love's watermark. It's not the way you talk me off the roof, your questions like directions to the truth. It's knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone, and maybe we'll get 40 years together, but one day I'll be gone, but one day you'll be gone. If we were vampires and death was a joke, out on the sidewalk and smoke and laugh at all the lovers and their plans. I wouldn't feel the need to hold your hand, but maybe time running out is a gift. Well, I'll work hard till the end of my shift, give you every second I can find. Hope it isn't me who's left behind. It's knowing that this can't go on forever. Well, likely one of us will have to spend some days alone, and maybe we'll get 40 years together, but one day I'll be gone. One day you'll be gone. It's knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone, and maybe we'll get 40 years together, but one day I'll be gone, but one day you'll be gone. A lovely song that is.
Is the humidifier on?
Yeah, but you can't hear it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I can kind of hear it.
We've been through this, I think. Yeah, so that one goes out to Bonnie. Jason Isbell wrote that song. Lovely, lovely song.
Yeah. All right.
Love that change. So
Yeah.
simple, but why doesn't everybody do that?
Let's do that first one on the list. What do you say?
Okay.
What was that? So this is a Dave Carter song. No surprise. Dave spent a lot of his songwriting life looking death square in the face, writing about it from all different beautiful angles.
Ready?
So this one is called Gypsy Rose. Oh, you're coming in now?
I thought so. That's what we agreed on. I thought that's what we...
Oh, I thought you were coming in right at the top. All right.
I will.
My love is like a gypsy rose, wild is the only way he grows. Out where the sweet July wind blows, he blooms over yonder. His voice is like a mountain stream, washes me clear, washes me clean. I walk along the bank serene, where he will wander. 'Cause there is no hill high as the moon, no river deeper than the sea, no shooting star reckless in flight, burns in the night, wild as the love he gave to me. Only the rain knows where he goes, thunder and me, rambling with my gypsy rose. And on the day that we were wed, up to the altar he was led, lay like a prisoner in my bed. Oh, how we shivered. So I built a house to keep him in, and I guarded him from the sun and wind. But in the autumn he grew with my gypsy rose. Gypsy Rose by the late and great Dave Carter. A song that I would not sing with him when he was alive because I thought it was too sad. But then after he died, I was like, oh dang, that song is too pretty to leave in the vault. Must be sung. And so we sing.
So we sing.
So we sing.
Well, let's sing another sad song.
Okay. Is it sad? Is it a sad one?
Yeah. Number 3 on there.
All right.
This is based on a real life event.
This is one you wrote.
And this is one I wrote down in West Virginia back in 2010. There was a mining disaster where 29 men got killed, and it was because of company negligence. And you know, it's just such a cliche, the story. You know, company not putting in safety all the safety measures. And anyway, so this is I won't go into the whole story about it, but this is one that I wrote. I didn't mean to write it. It wasn't my intention to write this song, but it happened anyway, which happens sometimes. This was just called Coal Miner Man. 2, 3, and... Daddy was a miner, digging Massey Company coal. He left for his last working day when I was 5 years old. I helped him tie his Red Wings. I put the low vein in his hand. He kissed Mama's cheek and she waved goodbye to her coal miner man. Called the foreman, he said, run another pass. Clean the sprays the next time through, now run it hard, boys, and make it fast. The gassy coal and a dry shear sparked a fire in the mine. There's nowhere to turn when the coal dust burns. It killed all 29. Can't hide from the heartache. You couldn't if you tried. It's on the face of every loved one left behind. Well, the whole damn thing is crazy. I guess it's true what Mama said. She said we should have seen this coming. On their soft hands, they lined up to defend a way of life they couldn't understand. Well, there was lots of money the company paid with every grade, and one rich man served one short year. They called that an even trade. You can't hide from the heartache. Couldn't if you tried. It's on the face of every loved one left behind. Well, the whole damn system's crazy. I guess it's true what Mama said. She said we should have seen this coming. funny, they both just disappeared. The Big Branch mine got sealed up, it's been that way for years. But there's a new day coming, folks round here say it's a fact. They heard it from the president, we'll all be in the black. I say my daddy and the coal jobs, they're never coming back. You can't hide from the heartache, you couldn't if you tried. It's on the face of every loved one left behind. Well, the goddamn world's gone crazy, I guess it's true what Mama said. She said we should have seen this coming. We should have seen this coming. Yeah. Yeah, they sent the president of the company to jail for a year for that.
A year.
And then when he got out, he ran for the Senate in West Virginia.
That's ballsy.
It is big brass balls on that guy. He didn't win, thank goodness, but.
All right.
What do you got there?
All right, I think I have this one here.
The opposite of that song.
Huh?
The opposite of the
Yeah.
The antidote.
An opportunity here to play a song that I haven't played and haven't played out in quite a while. Don't know why. They just come, they float in and out of the set list. You kind of get this thing as a performer, you get a feel for what is right, what feels right to sing right now. What can you really put yourself behind? Sometimes some of these songs feel like just the ticket, and sometimes they just feel like, I don't know.
You need a break sometimes from a song.
Well, and you just feel inauthentic singing it. So you've got to be able to find that thing in yourself, that resonance. If you can't cultivate that resonance, then the audience is never going to believe you. And so sometimes they resonate, sometimes they don't. But of course, so I was writing with my friend Andrew Calhoun. I mentioned that we were doing a show on death and dying songs, and he's like, oh, well, you're going to do Gentle Soldier, of course. And actually, it hadn't crossed my mind for some reason, but then I was like, oh, yeah, of course I am. I have to do that song. So if you happen to know it, feel free to hey ya with us. I think I'm ready here.
Ready?
This is called Gentle Soldier of My Soul. Hey, my love has gone all upon the crimson trail. His drum at dawn, beating brimstone through the veil, clear light through smoke and ash, and balmy seas where breakers crash and roll. Gentle soldier of my soul. He lays me down in his garden growing bed. He weaves a crown, twigs and feathers for my head. He sings the fields awake and folds me in the love that darkest of my trials and stand at last where the shadows run for miles. We'll ride on ponies fine with painted shields through fields of shining gold. Gentle soldier of my soul. Hey, hey, hey,
Yeah, that'll put you in a mood.
Yeah, I think he, what did he say about it? He says a love song to God. So, which I can see. I can absolutely see that. Yeah, some of the, some of these songs are not so personal, but some of these songs give me great comfort when I think about what's to come, and that is one of them. I think, hey, yeah, all right. There's just so much beauty in that one.
One of the things that gave me comfort when I took this class, this death and dying class, because we're studying, we watched and read a lot about, how the medical system is not really set up to deal with dying people. They're spend a lot of their time trying to save people, even at the end when maybe they should be just comforting people. But one of the things we read was about a technique using, I think it was hallucinogenics, where having these guided, like heavy doses, and you sit there with two therapists and you're blindfolded, and they you go on your own trip, but they're there if you need them, and how the research with that showed that most of the people came out of that not fearing death anymore. Like the people that they researched with were, had end stage cancer and stuff, and were obviously very afraid of dying. But when they came out of it, able to embrace it.
Oh, interesting.
It was very interesting, and it's pretty effective apparently.
Wow.
So that when I read that, I was like, well, maybe it's not, at least there's something, there's something, you don't have to be afraid of it necessarily.
Yeah, there's probably some cultures that have known that forever and like practice that regularly. But yeah, we come around to it. We're all trying to make sense of it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fear involved with it. Anyway, yeah. I don't know why I thought of that. Because we're talking about death. Well, this.
And you did take a whole class.
I
You
did
spent
take
the
a
whole
class.
semester thinking about
I know,
this stuff.
and I've taken a couple months off from thinking about it. Now I'm thinking about it again.
Well, I'm going to think about tips.
Yeah, think about tips. Keep us from dying, because we like that.
So I just put up our the address if you don't want to do an online tip. You can always send a little something in the mail. You send a check my way, and I'll send you a little note back. I say it every time, but I've gotten some really sweet pen pals out of this, so it's really fun. So thank you for that. Thank you
checks
for
are good.
Supporting the art here.
Venmo's good. Yeah. Actually, trying to bank a little bit, because I'm going in for shoulder surgery again.
Oh my!
On the other shoulder in December, so I'm going to be out of commission for a while. This one's a repair. What do you call it? The rotator cuff's got a tear in it.
Falling apart, Jimmy. You're falling apart over there.
Beats the alternative, I guess. Okay, so.
You mean death?
Yeah.
Is it an alternative? I don't think it's an alternative.
Well,
I think it's, it's just a
well, another day above ground. I don't. There's all kinds of sayings.
Right.
All right, let's do this one. This one, of course, not a live stream goes by where we don't at least talk about Slade Cleaves.
That's right. If we don't play his songs, we at least say his name.
So this is a great song. It's a little bit long, but bear with us. It's great. It's a great story song. And spoiler alert: somebody dies in this one. So
Hey.
This one's called "Breakfast in Hell." I gotta turn the reverb on under here. We need a reverb boy or something. In the melting snows of Ontario, where the wind will make you shiver, it was the month of May up in Georgian Bay near the mouth of the Musquash River, where the bears prowl and coyotes howl. You can hear the osprey scream. Back in '99, we were cutting pine, sending it downstream. Well, young Sandy Gray came from Go Home Bay all the way to PEI, where the weather is rough and makes you tough and no man's afraid to die. Sandy came a smiling, 30,000 Islands was the place to claim his glory. But now Sandy's gone, but his name lives on, and this is Sandy's story. Now Sandy Gray, let's see, Sandy Gray, that doesn't make sense. Well, Sandy was the boss of men who tossed the trees onto the shore. They'd come and go till they'd built a flow, 100,000 logs or more. And he'd write them down, the Severn Sound, to cut them up in the mills for timber. And the ships would haul spring, summer, and fall till the ice came in December. Well, one Sabbath day, big Sandy Gray came into camp with a peavey on his shoulder. And with a thunder crack, he dropped his axe and the room got a little bit colder. He said, "Come on, you all, we got work to do. We gotta give her all we can give her." There's a jam of logs at the little jog near the mouth of the Musquash River. With no time to pray on this Lord's Day, they were hoping for God's forgiveness. But the jam was high in a troubled sky, and they'd set about their business. Well, they poked with the poles and ran with the rolls, and they tried to stay on their feet. Well, every trick they tried, one man cried, "This log jam's got us beat." Ah, but Sandy Gray was not afraid. He let out a mighty yell. "Well, I'll be damned, we'll break this jam, or it's breakfast in hell, boys, breakfast in hell." Now every one of the men did the work of 10, and Sandy scrambled up to the top. He was working like a dog, even 30-foot logs, looked like he'd never stop. Well, they struggled on, these men so strong, till the jam began to sway. They dove for cover to the banks of the river, all except for Sandy Gray. Now with thoughts of death they held their breath, and they saw their friend go down. They all knew in a second or two he'd be crushed or frozen or drowned. Well, they saw him fall and they heard him call just once, and then it was over. Young Sandy Gray gave his life that day near the mouth of the Musquash River. Ah, but Sandy Gray was not afraid. He let out a mighty yell. "Well, I'll be damned, we'll break this jam, or it's breakfast in hell, boys, breakfast in hell." Beneath the giant's tomb, there's plenty of room, no fences and no walls. If you listen close, you'll hear a ghost down by Sandy Gray Falls. And through the tops of the trees, you'll hear in the breeze the echoes of a mighty yell. Well, I'll be damned to break this jam, or it's breakfast in hell. Oh, and Sandy Gray lives on today and let out a mighty yell. Well, I'll be damned, we'll break this jam, or it's breakfast in hell, boys, breakfast in hell. Yeah, I just love singing that song.
I know you do.
It's just so fun.
Now, do we want to do this one? You know which one I'm talking about. Do we want to go there?
What, the Willie?
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you if you want to go there.
I don't really want to.
Well, then don't do it.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just tell you what we just nixed from the set list. Because I saw Dan's comment about how death songs don't always have to be so serious, and that is true. We almost just inflicted you with a bad version of Willie Nelson's Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I Die. But I just can't bring myself to do it. Roll me up and smoke me when I die. And if anyone don't like it, just look them in the eye. Say, I didn't come here and I ain't leaving. So don't sit around and cry. Just roll me up and smoke me when I die. Yes.
Well, I don't know. It sounded pretty good when you just read it like that.
Well, I could read sheer poetry. I could. You won't see no sad and teary eyes. When I get my wings and it's my time to fly, just call my friends and tell them there's a party. Come on by. And just roll me up and smoke me when I die.
Yeah. It's worse when you actually sing it. Yeah, let's forget that one.
But there you go. So there, you got a little taste.
We could do a whole show about funny songs about death, probably.
We probably
There
could.
probably are a lot of those.
We could. Yeah, we could.
But instead, let's see.
Tina Sherry's like, come on.
Nah.
No, you basically heard it, haven't you? It's, roll me up and smoke me when I die. Yeah. I didn't come here and I ain't leaving. Willie is a piece of work. Oh, poetry reading. Do you want? I could read you all the lyrics.
No.
No?
Let's just move on.
It's too much. Jim Henry's had enough. Well, let me just read the punchline verse. Well, just take.
Well, it's like you might as well just play it.
No, I haven't. I'm going to skip a couple things
All right.
that didn't float my, Well, just take me out and build a roaring fire. And just roll me in the flames for about an hour. And then pull me out and twist me up and point me toward the sky. Roll me up and smoke me when I die. He outdid himself on this one. He really did. He really did. And there's there's a YouTube of him playing it, and he does not play all of these verses. And like in between all of his little doodly doos that he does with his left hand, he's like, and he's like holding up, I don't know. And there's like puffs of smoke everywhere. It's Willie.
It's Willie doing his pot
Doing
thing.
his thing, man. He's doing his thing. So, all right, let's do this bad boy right here.
All right.
Right? That's what we have. All right, so this one was by request. I don't really think I could get away doing a show on death and dying if I didn't sing one of the most powerful songs I've ever heard written on the topic. Of course, this is a Dave Carter song called When I Go. And I just want to mention, while I have you, that Matt Watroba, DJ and all-around nice guy, has a podcast called No Root, No Fruit. And he is basically telling the origin stories of Americana, folk, and roots music one album at a time. And so each episode of his podcast focuses on a different album. And this week, that album just happens to be When I Go, which is the Kitchen album that I made with Dave Carter in 1998. And so Matt interviewed me about that album, and we talked about how Dave and I met. We talked about how the album came to be, why it came to be, when it did, and then a little backstory on each of the songs to the extent that I could actually remember the backstory of the songs. Luckily, I'm in the midst of an archiving project, so I've been hearing Dave tell some of the stories, so that was helpful. But so if you're interested in checking that out, I said a lot, and I laughed at my own jokes quite a bit, but otherwise it's a pretty good interview. And Matt did a really lovely job of editing, and he included some surprises in there too, so it's worth checking out. NoRootNoFruit.com is where you can find it. All about When I Go. So
Ready?
I'm ready. Nope. Come, lonely hunter, chieftain and king, I will fly like a falcon when I go. Bear me, my brother, under your wing, I will strike, fell like lightning when I go. I will bellow like the thunder drum, invoke the storm of war, a twisting pillar spun of dust and blood up from the prairie floor. I will sweep the foe before me like a gale out on the snow, and the wind will long recount the story, reverence and glory when I go. Spring spirit dancer, nimble and thin, I will leap like coyote when I go. Tireless entrancer, lend me your skin, I will run like the gray wolf when I go. I will climb the rise at daybreak, I will kiss the sky at noon, raise my yearning voice at midnight to my mother in the moon. I will make a lay of long defeat and draw the chorus slow. I'll send this message down the wire and hope that someone wise is listening when I go. And when the sun comes trumpets from his red house in the east, he will find a standing stone where long I chanted my release. He will send his morning messenger to strike a hammer blow, and I will crumble down uncountable in showers of crimson rubies when I go. Sigh, mournful sister, whisper in turn, I will rattle like dry leaves when I go. Stand in the mist where my fire used to burn, I will camp on the night breeze when I go. And should you glimpse my wandering form out on the borderline between death and resurrection and the council of the pines, do not worry for my comfort, do not sorrow for me When I Go. By the late and great Dave Carter. A song that he wrote for his mother as she lay dying with Alzheimer's disease. A song he thought might worm its way in through the channels where straight language, speech wasn't really connecting anymore. He thought music might be able to do it, but he never got a chance to play it for her. And it wasn't too long before he died when, I always felt like that song was a bit muscular for a mother. It's got a lot of macho in it. And so I asked Dave straight up, I said, did you write that song for you? And he did not say yes, and he did not say no, but he gave me a look. And so when he did pass away, I was not surprised that floating through my head was the phrase, fly like the falcon. That is the very first thing I thought, fly like the falcon. So a very powerful piece there, recorded by lots of great people, including the aforementioned Willie Nelson, along with Judy Collins and Brian Bowers, and other peoples whose names are escaping me at the moment, but love that one. How about you, Jimmy?
I do love it. I thought I did a good job on that one.
You did? Oh, well, good. You did do a good job.
You did good too, but
Oh, it's a beautiful song, and we've been playing it together for a long time. And in fact, let me just take this moment to tell the people, because by the time our next live stream goes around, it'll already have passed. On September 10th, Jim Henry and I will be celebrating 20 years of playing together. 20 years.
that's all, huh?
Celebrating, I think.
Celebrating. Well, yeah. Celebrate.
20 years. Oh
20
my
years.
gosh.
Seems like longer, but it's not. It's only 20.
But it's not. 20 years. That's a long time.
Well, we're going to celebrate by going to see the Eagles in Steely Dan.
Yes,
That's
one
what
of
we're
our
gonna do.
beloved fans in Oregon actually drives for the Eagles. And
He drives truck.
he does. He's the guy. And he invited us to see the Eagles with Steely Dan opening. That's a pretty epic show.
And
So-
Vince Gill playing with the Eagles.
And Vince Gill is going to be playing. I wonder if he's going to cry.
Probably not.
We were just talking yesterday about, because Go Rest High on That Mountain was also on the list, and there's just this beautiful version of Vince Gill singing it at George Jones Memorial, and he just can't. He can't. Patty Loveless is there belting out her harmonies, and Vince is he's just playing the guitar and blubbering. It's really moving.
He's a big baby.
You
like that.
you can't not cry with him, though, is the truth. It's so moving. But well, what do you got? Are you taking us out here,
I
Jim
guess
Henry?
I'm taking us out.
All right.
At least, yeah, we'll see. This is
Well, we want to thank you all for coming. I'm going to put up the other banner,
yeah. Put up the other banner.
and I'm also going to put up. Oh, that didn't take. Oh, I also just want to quickly let you know that next month, September, I'm going to be on tour in Oregon. I've got 3 dates: Portland, Eugene, and Gold Beach for the Pistol River Concert Association. I haven't played for those guys in quite a while, so I'm hoping you'll come out to a show. And then Abby Gardner and I are doing a co-bill in Westport, Connecticut at Voices Cafe on September 30th. We're kicking off that season, and we're expecting a pretty epic experience. So we hope you'll come out for that if you're an East Coaster. And what do you have coming up, Jim Henry? What do you got?
Well, I've got some private stuff coming up, private shows.
Private dancing.
I am doing I'm a guest DJ. We're taping the show this week for the New Music Alliance program. I'm not sure. It's an internet show, but and then I mentioned this before. We're doing there's going to be a series at the Drake in Amherst, which is a cool new club.
Oh yeah, that's a nice room.
And it's associated with Signature Sounds and the Parlor Room. They're kind of doing a tribute night kind of thing like we've done with the Back Porch Festival. And that's starting in October.
What's the tribute?
Just the first one is going to be Gillian Welsh.
Oh, Oh.
And so my band, the Deep River Ramblers, is the house band, and we're gonna have Abby Gardner is probably gonna be there,
Oh, she is?
and Peter Mulvey and Ronnie Arbo. So it's gonna be a
Cool.
fun night.
Nice.
So anyway, that's coming up in October.
I'm not going to cry that I wasn't invited to that.
Oh, don't worry, there'll be more.
Holy
There's gonna
smokes.
be
That's a
be
good show, though.
a Nancy Griffith one.
Ah.
So I would expect a call on that.
Well, I just hope they call me when they do Willie, because I want to do Willie. Honestly, I really do. But let's do this.
I don't know if we're gonna do Willie.
Well, I think Back Porch will someday.
Probably. Well, they did them. One of the first ones was Willie.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
But anyway, here's a song appropriately by band Death Cab for Cutie. This one's called "I Will Follow You Into the Dark." Love of mine, someday you will die, but I'll be close behind. I'll follow you into the dark. No blinding lights, no tunnels to gates so wide. Just our hands clasped tight, waiting for the hint of a spark. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, I'll follow you into the dark. In Catholic school, vicious as Roman rule, I got my knuckles bruised by a lady in black. I held my tongue when she told me, son, fear is the heart of love. So I never went back. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, and illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, I'll follow you into the dark. Everything to see, Bangkok to Calgary, and the soles of your shoes have all worn down. The time for sleep is now. There's nothing to cry about. So we'll hold each other soon in the blackest of blue. Heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, and illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, I'll follow you into the dark. I will follow you into the dark. All right, a love song about death.
All right, everybody. That is our show, is it not?
That's it.
That's our show. We thank you so much for tuning in, for spending a little bit of your Tuesday afternoon with us, or whenever you happen to hear this, if you're watching the rebroadcast, the archive. Remember to tip your favorite folk singers if you're so moved and you have
or
the
us.
means.
I mean,
or us, yeah, or we'll pass it on. And we will see you next month. Although I will be on tour next month. I'll be flying in on the last Tuesday, so we might bump it a week early.
Yeah, stay tuned for that.
So, yeah. So check your emails or keep an eye on Facebook or just subscribe to our YouTube channels and then you'll never miss a show.
All right.
All right. We'll see you next time, everybody. Take good care.
Drive safely.